Hey everybody, welcome to the latest edition of Take 5. So glad you could join me. And today I'm going to talk about illegal practitioners. Yes, we had some people reach out and say, talk a little about this illegal practitioner thing because, people hear about some of the work that we do and they're interested. And I will say illegal practitioner investigations is some of the most interesting work that we do. What is an illegal practitioner? So it's an individual who either has been a part of a profession or never has, who has either, if they were a part, had their registration taken away from them, or it's somebody who's, again, maybe they've been registered in another country and then they come to Canada and they're unable to get registered here, or they don't bother to try, and I don't want this to be any kind of a slam against internationally educated people, because there's a lot of wonderful and amazing internationally educated people that come here. But the ones that do what they need to do to properly be registered to practice, they're fine. It's the ones who choose to skip that. It's the ones who or try and can't get through it for whatever reason. It's individuals who practice a profession when they do not have the credentials to do so. That is just not okay, right? I mean, it puts the public at a huge risk. And it's regulators that are often the ones stuck dealing with this. And I say stuck because there's a lot of agencies that could deal with it. I mean, quite honestly, this kind of behavior has criminal connotations all over it. I mean, assault, fraud, there's a number of different criminal charges that can be laid against individuals who do this. But it often falls to the regulator. And the regulators turn to us to do a lot of these investigations. And they're really interesting investigations. I mean, we do lots of different techniques. We obviously interview people and gather information, but we do surveillance, we do undercover work, we do a number of different things to afford us enough evidence that we can prosecute these individuals. And sometimes it even involves having to go so far as to get enough evidence to get a search warrant so that we can enter into the place where they're practicing, which is most often their home, typically a basement or some place in their home where they're practicing, with insufficient equipment, often insufficient or no sterilization. I mean, it really is a danger. We have seen some absolutely horrendous situations, and we're talking professions like dentistry, medical profession, doctors, naturopaths, chiropractors, dental hygienists, nurses. Now, nurses is a different story. They're not typically practicing in a single office. The nurses are individuals who've managed to, frankly, dupe a hospital or a long-term care home or a retirement home into believing they're actually qualified and registered to practice the profession of nursing. Regardless of what the profession is, these people are a danger to the public, and it's important that we take the time to investigate these matters. Oftentimes, getting it to the point where not only can the regulator prosecute or seek a civil injunction against these individuals, but oftentimes we can tie a nice little bow on it, give it to the police, and they can later go on to lay various charges, as I said, assault, fraud, what have you. The investigative techniques involved here are specialized, right? I mean, we need to be able to do a lot of things. And I'm not even going to tell you some of the things we do because I don't want to let our secrets out. We've gone to some quite elaborate lengths to catch people in getting the evidence that we need practicing these professions. And we're talking administering Botox. We're talking performing root canals and dental surgery, chiropractic adjustments, people practicing naturopathy without, again, not registered to do so, and then doing things that even naturopaths can't do or should not be doing. So, there's a lot of crossover, people doing. So it's not only a matter of people practicing a profession without having the licensure or the registration to do so, but it's then going on and doing things that even those licensed in those professions would not do and should not do and cannot do. So really a big problem in society, something that isn't spoken about much, only because every once in a while you'll see a headline in the news, but I can tell you there are many people out there that are doing this. And I've been talking about writing a book about it for a long time because I have, I say dozens, it's probably well over 100 or 150 illegal practice cases that I've investigated over the last, or my team has investigated over the last just decade. Lots of problems with this. So, what can you do as a person who's seeking a practitioner to provide care for them? Reach out to the regulator, go on their website, check to see if this individual is in fact registered to practice that profession. It's all publicly available information, and all you have to do is go to the website and check the public register to see if that person's on there. And if they're not, stay away. And if you find out someone's practicing, report it. If they're not on that list, the regulator will look into it. The regulator will do what needs to be done, and it's important that this happen, because there can be some just awful consequences that can come from individuals practicing professions that are simply not qualified or legally permitted to engage in. So that's my little ditty on illegal practitioners. It's a buyer beware world out there, whether we like it or not. So people have to take care, be cautious, look into the people who are providing you care. Most people wouldn't hire a personal trainer without looking into their background. So why would you go see a health practitioner without looking into theirs? So that's it for today. Just wanted to share a little something about illegal practice with you, and I hope you find it helpful. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on Take 5.